This episode of Critical Hit is being brought to you by Loot Crate. If you're looking for gear, collectibles, housewares, and more from your favorite pop culture franchises, then Loot Crate has you covered. Loot Crate offers a range of geek and gamer items for less than $20 a month. If you want to bring your loot to the next level, then you can get a bigger box with a bigger loot with the Loot Crate DX. If you're more the type to wear your geeky heart on your sleeve, then Lootwear is the monthly wearables and accessories subscription. It's the droid you're looking for. That chill running up your spine isn't your imagination, dear listener. It's Loot Crate's October theme, horror. That's right, horror. Loot Crate is taking over 40 years of creepy, campy, bloody icons and putting them in this month's crate. Channel your best final girl with items from The Walking Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Halloween. If you want to get in on the horror Loot Crate box, you have until the 19th at 9 o'clock p.m. to subscribe and receive this month's crate. If you miss that deadline, it's over. You're going to miss out. So make sure you head over to lootcrate.com/critical, enter the code critical, and save on any new subscription today. Again, that's lootcrate.com/critical, enter the code critical, and save. Thank you, Loot Crate, for sponsoring this episode of Critical Hit. Welcome to Critical Hit, Major Spoilers Podcast. Listening, downloading, all that stuff. Welcome back.
You. Hi.
This is our retrospective episode of things that have happened before.
You know what?
Maybe we should turn it over to our DM.
No, don't turn it over to him. He's the one who got us in this mess.
As they always do.
We got ourselves in this mess.
Well.
Anyway, Rodrigo?
Yes. So let's see. So last time
On Critical Hit.
Critical Hit.
What did happen last time on Critical Hit?
Lots of
explosions. Yes. We rode a rocket sled.
Yeah, we did. To our doom. Tungsten.
Still counts.
Tungsten. Really? Randus? Tungsten?
Yeah. Had to work with what we had. But, you know, if we had to go out, I'm glad we went out like Death Clock. Because...
So as you mentioned, the crew, along with the Queen's Rebellious Daughter, blasted their way out of the Black Archive onto some incoming fire, and were blown out of the sky.
Oh.
So we will pick it up with, let's say, Orem. Orem wakes up.
I hate that.
He is about waist deep in some really gross water.
Oh, I hate that even more. Wait. Touches myself. Hey.
That's right. He is in fact not dead.
I'm not dead.
And just a few feet away from him, floating in the muck, is Sakar.
Hey, poke Sakar. Are you alive too?
Apparently so.
Hooray! That's two of us.
Where are the others?
I just opened my eyes, and there you were.
I'm going to look around and see if we can find Randus.
Okay. You do not see Randus, Little Sparkle, Cat, or the Queen's Rebellious Daughter. You do realize that you are in a sewer.
Oh, gross.
This was the escape plan.
Was an escape plan. Not the one that we were carrying out, but an escape plan. Okay, well, let's find a exit. Let's walk this way, I suppose. Which way is the water stuff flowing?
That way.
Then we will go that way.
Mm-hmm. Away from the building.
Well, we don't, I guess, do we see something that says the building?
Well, they were churning the water out of the archive,
Oh,
which
okay.
means theoretically that the direction of the water would be away from the
Yes,
archive.
exactly. My guess would be it would be to a large drainage outlet of some kind.
One hopes.
So
Okay.
we walk through the muck.
We slog.
All right.
We still hold our heads up high, though.
You
Some of us higher
guys,
than others.
you guys slog for a while. This is a sewer. It smells really bad. You can potentially appreciate the architecture of it. It is, a sewer meant to be, where people can walk through, and it's meant to be accessible, presumably. You don't see any ways out here, but you do see places where, you can essentially step out, and probably places where you can climb onto the wider areas and maybe remove buildup or something like that if you really wanted.
So did we fall into the sewer?
You don't know. You've been unconscious for some amount of time.
A whole week's worth of episodes. Unless you're one of those people that are behind and you just listen to them one right after the other, then
You're one of the
exactly
lucky.
that amount of time.
Yep.
For us, it was 7 months between episodes.
Sewer, which means lots of water, gross stuff floating around, and plenty of rats.
Move
Occasionally
quickly.
kicking away a rat.
Okay. You guys travel for a little while longer before you get to basically a little drainage area. Essentially, it's like a slightly deeper area, and there are big tubes that come down from the top that are pouring water into it. And it's draining, just not quite as fast. It's kind of got like a little spinny funnel thing going on in the center.
Is
As
it
you
all
make
filthy water?
the water that's coming top appears to not be super filthy, so this might be a rain gutter of some kind. And as you make your way towards it, from behind you, you see let's say a tidal wave of rats come at you in a raging, rolling force, and essentially push both of you into the sewer area, or into the funnel area.
Rats! Oh, what's that thing?
Yep.
Attempt not to swallow any filth.
Okay, we'll pause there with you guys.
Midair.
Yep.
Butch and Sundance ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Just freeze frame.
Slowly zoom in onto Sakar's eye.
Let's see.
It's not the fall that'll kill you, it's the sudden poop at the end. I'm not proud of that joke.
We'll go to Little Sparkle.
Oh boy.
Little Sparkle wakes up.
Am I in the sewers?
Nope.
Oh.
You are in what appears to be some sort of abandoned facility.
Oh.
There is water pouring through here.
Am I above ground?
That's hard to tell. You're kind of indoors, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of light coming through. You do spot the Queen's rebellious daughter over there, basically pulling herself out of a little pool of water.
Guess the rocket wasn't fast enough.
Yep. It's a good thing I gave you those discs.
What did they do?
Oh, those were little temporary shields. I assumed they were going to shoot us out of the sky and into the little roily water thing.
Oh, well, good guessing. I'm not exactly sure where we are. I'll crack a sun rod
Okay.
and try to look around.
Okay. If you had to guess, basically, the city gets or has been rebuilt several times, and projects have been taken up and abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably some sort of water treatment or water management facility of some kind.
Got it.
And
So it would presumably go, have access to the sewers?
Yep.
All right. Then yeah, I'll try to look around for where that access might be.
Okay. As you are looking around, you also find a way out. You appear to be, essentially, the city's basically built into this protruding plates outside of the mountain. You are below the city. Essentially, you can see parts of the river cascading down, and parts of the river probably used to go through this facility before they were sort of dammed in another direction.
Neat. All right, then yeah, I will kind of go out where the river is leading.
Don't forget the Queen's rebellious daughter.
Oh yeah, I'll nod to her. We should try to find the others. If the boys landed in the sewers, they're going to be in a lot of trouble without me.
Yeah, I assume they're always in a lot of trouble. So
really hope they haven't been doing something stupid like kicking the rats.
Oh, why?
Oh, well, the sewers are infested with were-rats.
Oh, that's not good.
Take kindly to people kicking the rats that are sometimes them.
Well, that's a problem. We should probably find them. I don't suppose you guys had some sort of meeting spot where you were supposed to...
We did, but it's in the city proper, and if they're lost in the sewers, I don't know how they're going to find their way out.
Oh. Well, how are we going to find them?
I still have a scroll of sending. I can try to reach out to... the question is if they're separated. I don't suppose you can cast sending?
Not really.
I'll test, is the telepathy ritual still working?
Nope.
All right. Huh. Must have been unconscious for a while. We had a mental communication ritual.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try to find them for now, and I'll try to get my bearings to where in the city we are. Yeah, because I don't know how they're possibly... I mean, I guess maybe they can get lucky and figure their way out before something eats them, but I'm not really going to count on that.
All right, so what's the plan then?
Go into the sewers, try to find them before the sewer can do.
Okay. I'm right behind you.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's cut away to Ket. Ket wakes up. He is in some water.
Look around.
Okay. You are in what appears to be some part of the city that is entirely flooded. You see, you are actually sitting on a second floor rooftop, and only taller buildings are not underwater.
Well, this seems familiar.
You see Randus float by.
Definitely familiar. Reach out and grab Randus, pull him up onto the building. Slap him awake. I would have done CPR, but I don't know if I'd break anything.
Nah. Hey,
Only the fandom.
Oh, I had to save your life by kissing you.
So many fans let down by...
Oh
You
no,
were
that just
thinking
gave
it.
them a
It's
little
enough.
branching off point to say, in the alternate world, Randus and
Anywho.
Kit paused for a moment before looking into each
All right. It's no fun if you write it for them.
I just gave him the first sentence.
All right.
Podcast at majorspoilers.com.
Like sewage.
Everybody back in character. Especially those of you that aren't there.
Think at the others.
Yeah, no, it's not working.
Think at Randus a little bit.
Nope.
Okay. So we've been out for a little while.
Any idea where we're at?
I think we're still in. I forgot the name of the city.
New Mawakau.
I didn't forget the name of the city. I just thought I did. New Mawakau. But just kind of turn around, see if I can recognize any of the landmarks.
Not really. You don't really. I mean, mostly you are in some kind of partially submerged part of the city.
Yeah, I think we're in New Mawakau, but well, I don't see anything I recognize.
Should we try to find somewhere to hole up and...
See, we're on a second floor rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any 3-story buildings around?
Sure.
That one looked good.
I suppose.
I'm going to try to point to one that's kind of more down current.
Okay.
I have a swim speed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a swim speed. Yeah, gauntlets of swimming and climbing. I'm good. Yep, dive in. Swim over to the building.
Okay. Randus jumps in too.
Yeah, I can follow.
Okay. When you jump in, you notice something like off over there. It's hard to tell, but something takes notice as soon as the splashing starts to happen in the water.
Swim to the building.
Okay.
I think there's something coming.
Get into the building. Is there a window or anything that we can...
I'll climb in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Pull myself in. Turn around to see Randus panicking. Help him as soon as he gets over there.
Yep. You do see something like swimming towards you guys. It's not like doing it very quickly, but it's pretty big.
Definitely familiar. I assume you saw that thing.
Yeah.
Let's watch it for a little bit, see if it can breach, break this place down or anything. And if not, I think we can rest here for a little bit.
Okay.
You guys spend some time looking at it. It appears to be maybe a let's say 12-foot long lizard-like creature. It swims by, wiggling through the water, kind of in a serpentine motion. Sometimes it sticks its head out of the water. and flicks its tongue at your general direction. When it does that, you can see that it's not any sort of like natural lizard you recognize. It appears to have 2 sets of eyes and these kind of like bony protrusions around its nose. And then kind of pops back into the water and starts swimming around the building. After a little bit, a couple others that are slightly smaller also start doing the same thing.
They're circling the building?
Okay.
Dire snakes or coil projects?
I'm kind of guessing coil since they don't look all that natural. So we try to get to the roof, see if we can get to other buildings?
Sure.
That is a good idea because it might occur to you that being inside the building might actually be worse because if these things can get inside, they might just come up the stairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume they are doing laps currently, right?
Yep.
Like we see one go by, another, the first.
Yep.
All right. I'll wait for a point where none of them are super close by and scramble on up.
Okay.
Go gloves.
Yeah, you have a climb speed, so you can scramble without any problems.
All right.
And you guys thought these were a bad idea.
Did we?
I don't think anybody did.
True. These things were a brilliant idea.
Randos makes his way up.
Yep, I follow. Following
Okay.
him.
All right, you guys are on top of a roof.
Any other nearby roofs we could jump to?
Yeah. There's a couple. None of them seem particularly sturdy. One of them actually has one, like, there's one off over there that actually has one of these things on it. So they might actually be able to climb up. They're just kind of sitting there, chilling. Largely disinterested in what's happening over here. Also off over there, you see what appears to be some other structure on top of a house, like some kind of smaller house built on top of it. There's smoke coming from a chimney.
Check that out or avoid it.
What's your instinct?
We've relied on the kindness of strangers a lot.
I suppose so.
It's never backfired on us, so we're about due.
Never?
I say you make a choice, and I'll follow your lead.
All right. How low was the roof that the one's sunning itself on?
It's pretty low. It's, maybe just a couple feet above the water line.
Okay. And we're a good 10, 12 feet above the water line?
Yeah, about that.
All right. Yeah, let's head and see. Maybe they know a way out of here at least.
Okay.
Is there any reasonable path?
There's a lot of jumping. And I'm talking like full on sprint and jump to something else. That's pretty much the only reasonable path, unless you want to swim it.
Rather not.
Rather not swim it. Also, rather not jump around.
Yes.
Why is strength my dump stat again?
I will say that in being passed out, you guys are basically got a full rest, so you're back to full. That's true for everybody.
Well, that's positive at
Sweet.
least.
Yes.
So you reset to 1 action point as well, and no milestones.
Okay.
But we have surges again.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, sweet hit points. Are we at full hit points too?
Yep.
Hooray! I got back 2
Best
additional hit points.
Sleep in the sewer
Yeah,
ever.
I was at full.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much necessarily a restful night, so much as your body just straight up shutting down for a couple hours after the exhaustion of being shot, stabbed, and exploded,
And probably shot some more.
and shot some more.
Electrocutionated.
Yep.
Yeah, electrocuted. Definitely.
Okay.
Oh, also that. Sorry, I forgot to describe back in that sewer scene. The rod is off of Sakar's head.
Oh.
That's probably a good thing.
Yes.
Probably.
Well, we're both magic-y guys. What can teleport?
Like once.
Eh. If we're staying high enough above the water, I'm okay with a 5-minute break every rooftop. I can't imagine us wanting to actually try and.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So, are you guys doing that? Like teleporting to a rooftop, then sitting there and letting your teleports recover?
I'm not going to try and jump this. That is a
Do
terrible
I
plan
think
for
we
me.
could reasonably do this, keeping out of eyesight from any of those things swimming around in water?
Not really.
Hmm.
They swim pretty fast, and the ones that are circling are, pretty clearly wanting to eat you. Like
Mhm.
they're just, you know how it is. They don't want to put in the effort. They're just gonna basically wait for you to make a mistake and then try to eat you.
I see. I say we jump and use the teleport for if we get into a predicament.
That's possibility and a likelihood.
Yeah. So over there.
Yeah.
All right. Backing up and running for it.
All right. You guys can both give me athletics checks.
Whoa. A great start.
Wow.
Wow.
We both rolled
Matching.
15.
That's
amazing. Yep. Kat and Randus back up onto the roof and then just sprint out and both of them together just take a jump
Looks like
and then
we
just
have
fall right in the water at the exact same spot.
Oh.
Like they planned it.
Yep. Just in perfect synchrony of failure.
They got a 10 from the Russian judge.
And then some lizards swim towards them.
Ah, crap.
We'll leave it there for now.
Okay.
Let's see. Meanwhile, back in the sewers.
Splash.
Yep. Sakar and Oram find themselves surrounded by rat monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what they see. Over here is an enormous rat, like a rat that is about the size of a horse. Over here and over here are a pair of human-sized rats that are also kind of walking around like people. I mean, they're hunched over or whatever. But they're much more humanoid than the enormous rat. And then over here, currently eating Oram, is a swarm of rats. Massive swarm of rats. So I'll need some initiatives from those two.
Okay.
31.
Okay.
Wow, that didn't work at all. $25.
Okay. 25 for Sakar. 31 for Orim.
Would dailies have reset?
Yep, all that stuff resets.
Excellent.
All right. So at the top of the round, the enormous rat is going to take a swipe. It's basically, let's see, let me get on the right objects and tokens. There we go. So the enormous rat charges, or I mean, thematically, he's too close mechanically, but charges Sakar and then just stops short of where he's at. Basically, just gets adjacent to him and kind of twitches in a weird way. And then it's Orim's turn. Take 12 damage from starting your turn inside the swarm.
All right. Okay. And I will cast Fire Shroud. Close burst 3, each enemy in the burst.
Okay.
That's a 32 versus Fortitude.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. That's only going to hit the swarm, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll hit.
12 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to...
Any other effects?
Yes. Ongoing 5 fire damage save ends.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move up here. And turn over.
Are you going to walk there? Or are you teleporting there?
I think I will teleport over there.
That's a good call. It's going to try and prevent you from leaving if you just try to walk out of it.
No, I'll teleport, but I can use a range basic attack now because of that, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't provoke from it.
Okay, but when I use my teleport, I get to use a... What is it?
Oh, no, you get to use a melee basic.
Oh, melee
attack.
basic, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I will just port there and be out of the way.
Okay.
So that Sakar can do his naturey stuff.
All right.
Turn into a giant snake. Rats hate snakes.
That's going to take us to humanoid rat 1, who is going to walk over here and then charge Orim for a 37 versus AC.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. You'll take 17 damage.
Okay.
And then after that, it's going to shift over here.
Why are they attacking me? I didn't even kick them.
So basically, yeah, this rat, this humanoid monster rat rushes over him and then with its claws swipes at him and just keeps running past him. And that's what it does, which takes us to Sakar's turn.
I am going to turn into a giant snake, form of the dread serpent.
Okay.
Which is a minor action. So, the swarm, for mechanical purposes, is it a creature or does it act differently because it's a swarm?
For mechanical purposes, it can be attacked as a creature. The only difference is that it can occupy, or you can occupy its square, and other creatures can as well. And also, if you start your turn in it, it deals damage to you.
Can it be pulled?
Yeah.
Okay. Warden's Lure.
Okay.
I theoretically should be able to pull all 4 creatures, yes? It's a burst 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be able to pull everybody to where they're near me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to draw in all the rats.
Good.
Okay. And that's just automatic, right?
They are rats. Yes, pull each target.
Okay. Which square would you like the second humanoid rat in?
Let's see here.
Okay.
And humanoid rat 1 here, theoretically?
Yeah, I would have to go there.
Okay. At which point, I can make the following attack.
It's quite a pile of rats.
That's the following attack. Hello, I am the following attack. 30 versus AC.
Okay. And that's against everybody you pulled?
Yes.
Okay. So, Sakar turns into a giant snake, then essentially creates his own little whirlpool to just kind of flush the rats towards him, at which point he takes his scimitar and goes to make basically this arcing slash around him. And before it even connects with the swarm, which is the one thing that he would have been able to hit, he stops his blade before it hits any of the rats and starts kind of a weird twitch and essentially aborts the attack.
Why did you stop?
I don't know.
What else?
Boy, that makes the next thing that I wanted to do look like a jerk move. But I doed it. I'm going to trigger my Fireburst boots and teleport away.
Oh, can you mark them at all before you do that, or is that?
I should be able to mark everybody that I attacked, but I didn't.
Nope.
Didn't.
No. Remember,
attack.
that's an action nowadays.
Right. Dang it.
So you can take a free action to mark them because you're a warden.
So I can mark all 4.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I can teleport
to me.
Yeah. Well, I can go 6 squares, so yeah, I could go
So
here.
how does the burst work?
Let's look. The burst? The Fireburst boots.
Yeah, read me the power.
Teleport 6 squares. All creatures within 1 square before you teleport take fire damage, 2d8.
Okay. Sakar goes to activate his boots, and he can't bring himself to do it, and then just kind of starts twitching weirdly again. They are all marked, though.
They are all marked. And that takes up my action.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Is this another one of your warden things?
No, something is strange about this location.
Is it the location or is it them? Can't you? They're like nature monsters. Can't you do your naturey thing?
Apparently not.
The second humanoid rat is going to basically go on its haunches and try to like take a swipe at Sakar and starts like twitching weirdly as well. At which point the swarm with this like 1,000-fold voice goes, "What are you doing?" And it goes, "I don't know." And they all just kind of stop for a second and kind of look at each other and look at you guys. And the humanoid rat is like, "Well, I could hit him just fine." And the swarm is like, "And that thing burnt us just fine." The giant rat scratches its head. "Who are you guys?"
We're travelers from great lands. We mean you no harm. We're just trying to get out of here. We don't want to be down here any more than you want us to be down here.
Well, you should come with us. Our leader should see this. We'll take you to Cho'o. She will know what is happening.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stay a snake.
Okay.
I'm going to stay an orm,
Okay.
just to be safe.
Which is to say 50% flowers, 30% hair gel.
I know, right?
Yep. Smells great.
Why do you think those Snapchat filters were invented? So people could get close to being like orm.
Yep. All right. So those guys go on a little field trip. Let's cut back to Little Sparkle.
Cool.
So
I attempt to navigate the sewers.
Okay. It's challenging. You are below the sewer line. So basically, once you get into the sewers proper, it is an upstream battle.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot how to do.
Could I basically? I mean, I guess under the assumption that they wound up in the sewers, navigating above the sewers isn't really going to help me find them. I guess how well do I actually know the sewers?
Not that well. The sewers,
Yeah.
you've done some research in particular areas of the sewers. But basically for the past, first off, you've been gone a long time. And second,
Right,
for the past few years, the sewers are either full of lizards or full of rat monsters or other stuff. You know, it's like those aren't the only two things in the New Mawakal sewers. They're just like the most problematic ones. They're the ones that
Sure.
sometimes make it to the surface.
Okay. Then, yeah, I mean, then I'll probably try to kind of navigate as best can between like the two levels. So if say like the sewer level seems to be totally flooded in an area, try to go up and bypass it from the level above.
Okay. Yep, you kind of start trying to navigate that, and in the process, kind of walk into a town.
What appears
And the
to be
Queen's
living in this town?
What?
What appears to be living in this town?
People, mostly humans.
Sorry, and what were you saying about the Queen's rebellious daughter?
Oh, she goes, a sewer town.
She'll nod.
Sewer town.
Do any of these people look like they might be were-rats?
No. They do seem pretty. They seem pretty scraggly, but they're not necessarily were-rats.
Sure, fair enough. Then yeah, I'll stroll into town.
Okay. There's a guy who has a cudgel, and he walks up to you like, "Oh, ho there, strangers! You're looking a little fancy to be down here. What's your
Fair.
business?"
Trying to find some lost friends.
Well, you're the first strangers we've seen today here in Plug, so I don't think any of your friends are here.
Okay.
It's called Plug. The town is called Plug.
I shoot the Queen's rebellious daughter a look. Don't suppose you know where I'd find Cho?
No, we try to avoid that sort of situation.
Fair. I'm just worried that my friends might have run afoul of her unintentionally.
Say, you're not one of them, are you? Because their
No.
kind's not welcome around here.
No.
He points his cudgel at you.
She'll nod. Okay. Do you have a good way? Which way is the best way to the surface from here?
Well, pretty much anything. You either have to swim upstream in the sewers or use the access hatch, but that's gonna have to take you into the shanties. Like, you're gonna have to go around the city to actually get up there.
No, I'm okay with that. Okay. If how about this? She'll like pull out like a silver and say, if you see some fancy looking guys that come here, tell them to stay here. I'll be doubling back if I don't find them within an hour or so.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, lady.
Okay. Thank you. And I know you say that you try to avoid them, but could you point me in the direction of where the sewerkin might be?
Well, once you get to the shanties, just walk back into the city and down the first sewer. I'm sure they'll find you.
Fair enough. All right, then where is this access hatch you mentioned?
It's up that way. You just go all the way to the end of town, then up the first set of rungs, then walk south for a bit, and then you should find it. And it leads right to this small abandoned platform that has essentially become part of the shanties.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your help. And yeah, if you see there's possibly 4 guys, hopefully together, maybe not, just give them the same instructions. Actually, just tell them to go up into the shanties and wait there for me.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You walk past them to go to the hatch, and you can, when you look back, you can see him like flashing his little silver peas at people. Yep. You walk across a really miserable looking sewer town.
Cool.
And make your way to the hatch, pop out of it, and you are in the shanties. These are miles of tents and makeshift shacks built into the side of the mountain very haphazardly. You can tell some structures have been built on top of another. Some structures are leaning against each other for stability. Probably didn't start out leaning against each other. And it's just kind of a big mess. It is kind of a late afternoon, and there are lights coming from some of these buildings. People are kind of milling around.
Okay. So there's like an abandoned, I came out in this an abandoned building?
Basically, you came out of you basically came out of a hole in the ground.
Cool.
And it's like it goes up into the mountain, but this area right here is actually a man-made structure. It's basically a little tiny plate, you know, the way that the big neighborhoods in town are enormous plates.
She'll turn to the Queen's Rebellious daughter. Do you want to come back into the sewers with me, or do you want to go to our meeting spot and possibly be there in case any of the guys made it out?
I guess I can go wait at your meeting spot, unless you think they're not gonna. Because isn't your meeting spot inside the city?
Yes.
Do you want to go back inside the city?
That's a really good idea. That's a really good point. I think going back inside the city, that I was told Teach I'd meet him. Oh, I still have the scroll of sending. Okay, I've got a plan. Give me a second. And
Okay.
she'll pull out her scroll of sending. And I will cast sending to Teach.
Okay.
So I guess I need to make some kind of Arcana check to make sure that I don't mess it up.
It's instantaneous, right?
Yeah,
but
but
you still
I
have
still
to
have to
make
make
the
the
check.
check. So I've got a 22, which should get there.
Yep.
So our sending is mission was a failure, but we escaped. Trying to round up my truants, hiding out in shanties, could use extraction. And that's it.
Okay. Um, repeat it for me.
Basically, mission was a failure, but we made it out. Looking for my truants, hiding out in shanties. Could use extraction.
He says, I'll meet you there.
Okay, then great. So she'll turn to the Queen's rebellious daughter. All right, I've got a friend who's going to meet me here. Then I'm going to still go back down and see if I can find the guy so that they know the plan and that they don't get themselves into, well, eaten by lizards or were rats.
Okay, so you're going to go into the sewers then?
Yes.
After your friend gets here?
Well, he's probably before he gets here. I guess I could wait here, but I really just don't like the idea of leaving them alone down there that long. But then I could probably get lost or eaten by rats. All right. I guess why don't we just wait it out and hope that they don't get into too much trouble?
Okay. I'm going to sit right here. And she sits down.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's cut back to the Splash Kids.
Yeah.
Splash!
Ah. Quick, up the wall.
Are we even close to the wall?
Not really. You are probably within teleport distance, though.
Okay. How quickly are the snakes coming after us?
Oh, all the way quickly.
Oh,
Yeah, teleport.
okay. I guess I'll also not be here.
Okay. So Ket teleports up there, and a few seconds later, Randus has been there.
Hello.
That's so odd.
Okay, that didn't go too well.
So, take a break. Pop over to the next one.
I suppose.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Okay. What do you guys talk about in the 5 minutes or so that it takes between teleports?
So, do you think these are actual experiments or accidents?
Man, I don't know. It's hard telling.
Something they set loose on purpose?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're not some sort of tracking animal.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. That's why I was kind of wanting to more hurry along.
Yeah.
Getting out of here.
Well, hopefully when we teleport next time, they won't notice it immediately, and we can still stay low to the roof.
Maybe.
Kind of casually looking over the edge every few seconds.
Yep. A couple others have, gotten closer.
So there's about 5 of them circling us now?
Yep.
Mm.
Although it looks like one of them's about to give up.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
positive. Maybe.
The big one's interested, though. You're also pretty sure that it could climb up here if it really wanted to.
I'm also pretty certain that us jumping again is a disaster.
I think we just shot or zapped at them to just dissuade them to,
Maybe.
or would that just?
Or that might irk them off some
Embolden
more and have them charge us immediately.
Yeah.
Can I roll a nature on these?
Sure.
Cool. My nature check's actually decent. Actually, I think I'm going to use Talk to Spirits.
Isn't that a reroll, or is that just a straight up bonus?
It's a straight up bonus, I believe. I'm looking it up. Speak with spirits. During this turn, you're getting bonus to your next skill check equal to your wisdom modifier. So that would be a 2.
Okay. Give me a nature check.
Okay. Boom. 31.
That's pretty good. Yeah, so mostly you've seen these guys, and even though they're weird, and that one over there has 2 heads, and clearly they're warped in some way, they tend to behave like normal animals. So chances are you can scare the little ones with enough noise and flash. There is a chance that the big one will either be scared or see that as a threat and attack you. But then you'd only be dealing with one of them.
All right. So I think they're just regular in giant air quotes animals. Obviously some sort of experiments or whatever the coil have done in this area have caused them some problems. But they seem to be acting naturally. We should be able to scare the little ones away at least. I don't know if the big one will leave us alone, just kind of continue, or possibly see us as a threat and charge.
Well,
So I'm saying we wait until we both know we can teleport again.
okay.
Try to scare him off of that side. And if the big one charges, run to the other side and pop over to the next building.
Okay.
And then start flinging spells at him, because we're probably just going to have to take him down at that point.
Sounds something like a plan.
All right.
So
So what, we got a couple minutes?
you're probably about ready by now.
All right.
Oh. Let's go ahead and we'll summon Shadow.
Okay.
Before we do this. Let me double check how he works, because this might also be helpful. You have an alright ranged basic attack, right?
Basic attack? Not really.
Yeah. You can get a free pop-off item at least. And he'll distract. So, guide Shadow to be kind of where I think the snake would potentially charge us.
Mm-hmm.
And give a countdown.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, zap.
All right, you guys start zapping.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the little ones scamper away. The big one just kind of swims away for a ways.
Mm.
Like it wasn't expecting that, but it doesn't really seem scared of it.
Just kind of re-gauging what it needs to do to us.
Yep. Or, possibly figuring out if it's worth it or not. But it doesn't, you can still see it. It's keeping you in its view, and, you can, it's where you can see it.
Well,
But it does give you guys some room to potentially make a jump and swim.
yeah, shall we jump for it?
Well, let's try it.
All right.
All right. I'm going to shoot one last bolt towards him and then turn around and run.
Okay.
Calling Shadow behind me.
Okay. You guys jump again. I'm sure it's hilarious, but you make it to the next roof.
All right.
Okay.
Now you are pretty close to that hut on top of a house that you saw earlier.
See anyone there?
Not immediately.
All right. Guy.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to roll a Arcana to detect magic over there.
Okay.
Just on the off chance that it's some crazy hermit wizard.
Sure.
22.
Yeah, guy has a look and he's like, there is something magical in there. I think that whatever is making that fire is magical.
Hey, Randus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a closer look at that thing through your goggles. Guy's just sensing some magic over there.
Okay, I'll scope it out. But with scopes. A 30?
That's better.
Yeah, you're pretty sure there's some sort of like magical fire making device in there.
Yeah, it's some sort of magic thing.
That's the only thing there, though. Looks like.
I can tell.
All right, Guy. Go invisible and see if you can see anybody over there. Just kind of give us a scout.
Okay.
Please.
He turns invisible, flies over, comes back, says that there's an old lady in there.
All right. I'll get you something. You can have a rest.
Okay.
Oh, where's Jumbo? Look around for the snake.
Yes,
Oh, it's over there.
it's over there.
Well, it's a lizard.
Whatever he is. The little ones have all gone away, and he's the only one that's even close at this point.
Yep.
Or at least that we can tell of.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we go?
I think so.
All right.
All right, you guys jump.
Yep.
All right. You make it onto the roof that this thing is on.
I assume we are not very subtle about it.
Nope. Immediately, an old woman comes out. She is holding a big, long stick.
Hands up.
Yep.
Just
Peaceful
like,
stance.
who are you? What are you doing in my house?
I am Dr. Fancy. This is Mr. Nothing.
Hi.
We... did you hear any explosions or anything recently?
Well, those happen every once in a while around here. Truants, huh?
Kind of.
Would you believe I used to be a truant back in the day? Coyle's still out looking for me. Might send some guys after me. Walks over and pokes Randus in the ribs
Yeah,
with her stick.
that's not us. We are certainly not with the coil. Do we have our coil jumpers on still?
Yes, you do.
I don't think so.
Okay. It's like, I thought we stripped those off, but yeah. No, we were trying to infiltrate the Black Archive, and it went pear-shaped pretty quickly.
Pear-shaped, huh? Is that what the new kids are saying?
Oh, that's probably not a saying down here, is it? Yeah, something like that.
Oh. Well, anybody who hates the coil is welcome here. But I don't have a lot of food, so...
I think we have some rations still.
Probably.
Might be a little damp.
Some fresh granola.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll share. We just need a place to sit down and figure out our next move.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So, how do you all end up in the gurgle?
Is that where we are now? The flooded.
Yeah, that's what this neighborhood's called.
Oh.
Okay.
This is the gurgle. Over there's the garden. Phantomville's over there. You know, the gurgle.
Have we heard of any of these?
I don't think so.
Okay. Has Ket looked at a map of New Mawakal at all?
Yeah, at some point probably, but I mean, there's like a ton of like neighborhoods, all of them with like super weird names.
Yeah, some of those sound familiar. We're truants from out of town.
So corporate espionage. I used to be into that.
Corporate. But yeah, we I don't know, got shot by something and woke up here.
Yeah.
We actually lost a few compatriots on the way.
Oh, that happens. Kids get priced.
Yeah. Don't know if they're alive, dead, or what.
Oh. Well, do you have a meetup spot?
We do.
Well, where's your meetup spot?
What's the district it's in? Like I assume Ket would know. I just can't remember. As Rodrigo pointed out just a few moments ago, that the names are varied and weird.
You didn't write it down.
I know it's not Murder Town.
Nope. Although, if we find Murder Town, we might be able to find it from there, and also would not give away our secret hiding or meetup spot to people we do not know.
Yeah. Yeah. Which way is Murder Town from here?
She points at a plate that is not connected to the one you're on.
Oh.
Okay. But that might help us.
Yeah.
Trying to get to Murder Town, eh?
Yeah. We've been there before, so we at least know our way around.
Well, here, I can take you to the edge of the plate. Maybe you can climb down.
I'm sure we could pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mind if we take a break here for a little bit?
Oh, sure. Here, have some lizard.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Is it even remotely tasty?
It actually doesn't taste like anything. It's like possibly the most insipid thing you've ever had. She's like, yep, pretty good life here in the Gurgle. Good place to retire, all things considered. Nobody tell you what to do. Plus, obviously, you don't want to go to Phantomville with all the green ghosts walking around there.
True. Sidelong glance at Randus. Okay. You still have sending, right? Or no sending, right?
Yeah, I know it.
Want to try and contact a couple of them while we're here?
Yeah, should probably reach out to Sparkle.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, you guys think about what you want to say to her. Meanwhile, we're gonna jump somewhere else. So, Snake and magical ferryman are being escorted by a bunch of rat monsters.
Walk into a rat bar.
Yep.
So where are we going?
We are going to see Cho'o.
And who is Cho'o?
Cho'o is the leader of the sewer kin. That's us.
Oh, okay. Does that name sound familiar?
Everything sounds familiar.
Okay. Did you see anyone else like us around here? Because we lost our companions. Or they lost us. I'm not really sure.
Well, we're only one of the packs around here, so assuming they could, maybe the others ate them. I can't guarantee anything.
Oh. Okay.
Let us hope not.
Let us hope not.
Do we see anything that looks in any way, I don't want to say familiar, but like we might have an idea of roughly where we are in the...
You can give me a dungeoneering check.
Okay. Where are we located in the godforsaken hole that is New Mawakal? Wow, my dungeoneering blows. Let's roll this turkey. How do you feel about a 15? Woohoo!
How do you feel about a 19? Ha ha!
We both suck. Hooray!
I think you both probably Sakar leans in and maybe says something like, "I'm pretty sure I know where we are," and Orm's like, "Yeah, me too," and they don't.
They don't. And at the same time, we say two separate districts.
Yep.
Orem says Fishtown, Sakar says Turtleville.
Yep. So you guys continue to walk, and then you get to a big chamber. at the edge of the chamber is so the chamber is really packed with just piles and piles of stuff, actual useful stuff. Everything from paper to soap to weapons. There are just tons of different piles of things. Even like there's like a big stack of furniture.
In usable conditions?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And on the opposite side of the room is a young woman. Let's see if I wrote down an apparent age.
Somewhere between 11 and 206.
Yep, that seems about right. Probably in her late 30s, you would imagine. She is fit, like has kind of like marked muscles, but is not like super buff. She is wearing a dress that does not seem disgusting or tattered, but also not fancy. Long dark hair, dark skin, and when you walk in and she looks over at you, you can't fully see her face because of this place is not very well lit and the way that her hair falls. But you can see 2 pinpoints of her eyes glowing, like all the way from over there. And she points at the whole group and says, "What is this?" And the swarm coalesces into like what appears to be a 15-year-old kid. Just it's like, so we found these guys out there and we were gonna beat them up and take their stuff, but we can't hit that one. And he points at Sakar. He says, "What do you mean you can't hit him?" Like, we can't attack him. And she starts walking towards Sakar. As she walks, she like pulls a longsword from one of the weapon piles. And just like walks right up to him, like, and he's like tall, like significantly taller than her, but she kind of like examines him, and she says, "Could you attack my rats?"
No.
She tosses the sword aside. "I know what this is."
What is it?
She takes a step to the side and motions towards the center of the chamber. "Now it's hospitality. We have to honor the ancient pacts."
I see.
I assume this one is with you. She motions to Orem.
I just wave.
Yes.
She snaps her fingers and motions to him, and a couple other people that have been kind of minding the piles walk over to Orem. They grab his arm and then very like forcefully start like pouring a terribly stinging liquid into the wound that the rat made.
Ow!
What are you doing?
Ow! I'm not doing anything. Ow!
What are you doing to him?
He's infected. We are trying to clean him. Filth fever is a horrible condition.
Well, I don't want that. Ow! Also, thank you. Ow!
So if I were to try and see if it looks like that's actually happening, would a nature check be something that I could do to see if it looks like that's actually what they're doing, and maybe not like melting him with acid?
That would be a heal check.
A heal check? I can do that too.
Yep.
I got one of them. Ooh, those don't even suck. What are the odds?
Like
so in a surreptitious manner,
1 in 20.
so as not to upset the prophecy. My heal check says 28.
That seems about right.
It's all right, Master Rivendorn.
But it burns.
If it burns, that may be a good thing.
It is. Otherwise, you will burn.
Oh, really? Tell me
with
more.
a fever.
Oh, fever.
Can I have your name?
They call me Old Snake.
And I am Agent 222.
I see. Truants, then?
Something like that.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
She sits down at the center of the room and motions for you two to sit down as well.
We sit.
Sakaar sits.
Can I ask for your house, then? Your patriarch, as it were.
Oblia.
Kind of do my own thing, but we're here with Little Sparkle.
Little Sparkle of the Free Enterprise?
Let's say yes.
Yes.
It seems the world continues to collapse. Well, Old Snake. You are our guest here. Do you have a means of contacting Little Sparkle?
Master Rivendorn, do we still have the scroll?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Well, then you should contact her and figure out what you want to do. You will not be harmed while you're here, and neither will your companion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's bust out a scroll and do some talking like.
Doesn't Orem just know sending?
I do. That's why
I think he does, yeah.
Scroll doesn't.
Oh, you don't even need a scroll. It's just your brain.
I don't. I just use my brain.
And some time.
And some time, yes. 10 minutes or whatever.
We'll queue it up.
All right.
So what are Ket and Randa sending to Little Sparkle?
If we ask the old lady her name, what does she go by, or does she tell us?
She strokes her chin and she says, they used to call me the Bright Fire.
Okay. So I think we send Doc and I are in the Gurgle, met the Bright Fire, claiming to be retired truant, taking us to Edge of Plate. Status or advice?
Okay. So yeah, Little Sparkle is making her way, or she decided to wait, right? So while she's waiting for Teach, she gets that message.
Oh, great. I'm guessing I've never heard of the Bright Fire.
Actually, you have. She's supposed to be dead.
Oh, awesome. So she'll say, thought she was priced. Awesome. Ask her to take you to the Shantytown entrance. I'm waiting there. Teach is coming.
Okay.
So?
She's saying that we should try to get to the Shantytown entrance.
Ah, the shanties. That's easier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. I'm in the mood for easy.
Yep, well, let me just get my boat, and I'll take you right to the edge.
That's very much appreciated.
Okay. And what does Orem send Little Sparkle?
Hi.
Have achieved détente with the sewerkin.
Yeah, we are with Cho-O. We are safe for now. What's next?
Thank Cho for not eating you. Ask her to take you to the entrance to the shanties. I'm waiting there.
I've been in contact with Little Sparkle, and she is asking if you would take us to a place called the Shanties, where she is waiting, and also she thanks you for your hospitality towards us.
I can take you there,
Oh, thank you very much.
but I know that something's been happening, and as a gesture, I want you all to take one of my attendants
To take them where?
with you.
Oh. Okay.
She motions to the enormous rat monster. Says, "This is Maba'a. She's going with you, and she'll take you where you need to go."
Okay.
And the giant rat monster turns into a regular sized rat and climbs up Sekar's clothes to his shoulder.
Oh.
All right. Thank you.
No, thank your family. She like some of her attendants come by and give you guys some provisions, all of which appear to be in pretty good condition.
Okay.
This is a fascinating place.
Thank you.
There's a lot going on under the city. A lot more than even the sewer can handle.
Okay. Question, just out of curiosity before we go.
Sure.
Would you know an easy way to get into the Black Archive?
Is that a joke?
I thought I would try.
No, the Black Archive is a blight upon the waterways of New Mawakal. It has completely rerouted a lot of things. The lizards from the Gurgle now have easier times finding their way to other parts of the city. Some of our routes have been closed, and not to mention that the people that live in the pumps are now having to contend with near constant flooding again.
Okay.
So, no, if there was an easy way to get into the Black Archive, we would have already disabled their sewer systems.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem.
We may contact you in the future.
That's fine. That's why you're taking my attendant. I expect a full report, she says to the little rat.
And off we go.
Indeed.
Okay. So it sounds like everyone is on a path of convergence.
Yes. Oh, well. It looks like we're all on our way to finally get back together. Absolutely nothing could go wrong from this point forward.
Why do you say
Happy times,
these things?
everyone! Look at all the people that were just like, ah, after last week's episode. And now they're all like, ah. And then next week they'll be like, ah.
Maybe.
No, they will.
It's just an emotional roller coaster here.
It really
Yes.
is. Wait till they get to the end, and they're finally like, ah. And they're hoping all of their dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2016 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.